1st of March 2023, I drew a picture that completely changed everything about how I go about my life. And and I know for a fact that it will continue to do so. So I believe that if you draw the same picture, that you too also might create some crazy insight into your life that you can implement, and once you gain that insight, like everything could change, just as it has done for me. And now everything I do about my life is so much more differently. And let's just get right into it. So, just a bit of a story time, right? Cuddle around, some story time. If you've been watching my channel, it's only just my best friend. But like, if you've been watching my channel, at least like the previous videos, you've been noticing that I've been like shifting around, fluctuating. I've been saying a lot of different things, and I haven't really been like sort of like consistent. As if you watch my videos and you see like the way I speak and stuff like that, I'm not really speaking with so much, how do I say, like happiness or satisfaction with the way I'm producing videos, right? Because I didn't really feel like too purposeful the way I was doing it, because I knew like for a fact that YouTube was my purpose at this current layer, right? This current layer, my purpose, it's all about YouTube and taking this to the next level. But I didn't really feel like I was dedicated enough or focused enough on YouTube. So this was a huge problem for me because I didn't feel like I was driven enough, and I didn't feel like I was making enough progress towards my goals and my work. And I was really frustrating. And I wasn't really feeling too obsessed and driven, and how like a real killer of the sport should be like. But I drew this diagram, right? I drew this sort of like picture, and everything flipped around. So suddenly, from being almost like 20%, 30% focused on YouTube, and a lot of my other brain like focused on many other things, I just immediately shifted over to YouTube. Like 100% of my focus has just been almost on YouTube. Okay, maybe not 100% of my focus, that's a bit too much. But like a lot of my focus has just been directly on YouTube. And it's ever since I drew this diagram. So let's take our pen and paper. Let's get working. Let's take some action just right now. So your first actionable step is take out like a blank paper, right? So in this blank paper, what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw this big fat circle. So let me just draw it for you guys right now. Right, we're gonna draw the circle, and inside the circle, we're going to write the heading energy. As you guys can see here, it is like not perfectly flipped around, so because like my camera is a bit weird, but like it says energy right there in the circle if I put it closely. So then we're gonna start drawing arrows to things. So what this energy basically represents, right? It basically represents how much everything that you put your time into, all your actions, everything you end up thinking about in the day, all that is your energy, and you just put it out into all these different things. And now we're going to start naming all those things. So draw the circle, and all these arrows will be serving as sort of like your thoughts and basically your actions during the day. So let's start drawing them, right? So for example, if I let's say you might be like school. I think a lot about school, exams coming up next week. Oh well, what about the NBA playoffs? I'm a huge basketball fan, so will Jokic win the chip? I don't know, G. Oh, Hamza, man, Hamza put up a new video just recently about bullying. Should I check that out? Hey, yo, man, did you check out Eman's how do I say day in the life video? Hey, you guys, are you guys getting Andrew Tate's emails? Um, Man, that I still need to prepare more for maths, bro. Even my friends are like, I don't know too much from my friends. Yeah, whatever, family. Oh, one of my family members in India had a heart attack. Gosh, damn. Okay, all right. Um, my brother just moved out. Stuff like this, right? That girl that you have a crush on. It's stuff like that, right? And you start putting arrows to it, so it'll sort of come like this, right? And what you end up realizing is that you have so much more arrows, like so many different arrows. Your energy and your thoughts are going to so many different things, and this is mind blowing for me, because if I show you guys my actual thing, you guys will be mind blown at just how many arrows I have, right? So I don't want to show you my room, it's a bit filthy, like I haven't even to cleaning up on it. But check this. Oh my goodness. Wait. Can I switch the camera? Alright, gee. Alright. That's the weird. Look how many arrows I have. Can you see just oh, that's right here. Can you see just how many different arrows I have here? I've got like, if I were to count, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's crazy just how many different arrows I have. I probably have around like maybe 30 arrows. 30 arrows, 30 things that my brain just thinks about, right? And so of course, all of them are not equal. Some things you think about more than others. And it's been mind blowing for me just how much, how actually like less focused I thought I was. Like even like I thought I wasn't even that focused, but even less than that. Like because this just showed to me like how many other things I was thinking about except growing the YouTube channel, and man, bro, like it makes a lot more sense why I wasn't able to make those like leaps in progress that I really wanted to make, and especially the YouTube channel, especially in putting the work for the YouTube channel. It's directly been towards this, right? Because I haven't been putting in enough thoughts to the thing, right? So there's this really great quote by Hamza, and it's basically like just becoming successful is just about how many thoughts you can just put to that one thing. And I was, it really hit me then, but now it hits me 10 times more after I've drew this diagram, and I've just been able to see just so many different things that I'm thinking about. Just so many different things, like, bulking, working out, exercises, bro, it's just self-improvement in general, YouTube shorts, bro, it's wild, right? So you might just be in a similar predicament, right? To me, where you want to own in really into something because that's what really matters to you right now in your life, but you just can't seem to. You're not putting in the effort that's actually makes some crazy amount of progress. But ever since I drew that diagram, my whole mindset about how I need to go about my life has changed. So now, if you're anything like me and you want to make some amazing progress in your life, for me right now it's YouTube. Here's how we're going to take this. So hopefully you just drawn the diagram. If not, go back, rewatch the video how to draw the diagram, and pause, think about all the different stuff. And of course, honestly, like you've seen, I pasted it on my wall because I can just come back, and if there's a new thing I really think about, I just write it on, just to remind myself of just how cluttered my brain is. And it's just nice. So I paste on my wall. Maybe you guys should do the same. I would recommend it. But how can we use all this knowledge that we have, that we're just thinking too much about so many other different things, and use it into our life? Like, what can we do, right, Nevin? And what we going to do with this information is that we realize, okay, short, maybe we're not as focused as we need to be. That's what my biggest learning lesson was, is that I wasn't focused at all, right? And there was a huge reason why I didn't feel purposeful when I was doing my work, as well as just going about the day, right? You want to feel extremely purposeful, because that's, especially for the masculine, that's where they derive the sort of like happiness from, in a way. That's what makes you really, really like have that big smile on your face. And what I need to ask is, what we need to clear up is that being focused is not about saying yes, it's about saying no. So Alex Hormozi, right? I really do watch a lot of Alex Hormozi, and he basically speaks about this as going into the season of no, where you say no to everything else except one. And by doing so, you're making your yes bigger. So that you keep saying no, you keep saying no, keep saying no. Okay, there's an outing coming up with like a couple of my friends. No. Hey, yo, man, I can eat that junk food. No. Man, like, like that girl's pretty cute. Maybe I should ask her out. No. All these different type of things, right? But right now, all those no's you're saying is just making your yes bigger. So when you cash out on your yes, it's huge. And what you're gonna cash out on your yes is that your yes is going to be so big that when you do cash out, it's going to be wild, and it's definitely going to be in one of your priorities that you've set up, which is probably, at least for me, YouTube. So I'm going to make my yes so big and cash it all on YouTube, and I'm just putting so much more focus, so much thoughts, and so much work inside YouTube. So that's essentially what we're going to do right now. Is we sort of going to get into a season of no, and it's all about putting all your actions, sweats and tears, everything, all your thoughts into just this one thing. So of course this is just for like a certain time, right? So you don't want to say no to your family all the time and stuff like that. It's just for a certain part of your life where you don't feel fulfilled with what you have right now, right? And you really want to skyrocket your progress. So because of that, like, I feel it's really important we get into this. So like a monk mode as well. So in further implementing this, we need to ask ourselves some deeper questions, some reflective questions, some, some questions like, okay, what do I want right now in my period of life? Um, just sit there and straight think, like, stare at the wall, have a pen and paper, and just ask yourself, well, okay, like, eventually your mind is going to be thinking about something that actually like gravitates your interest and that you actually feel sort of purposeful about, and that's when you sort of start getting this vision, and you sort of wanting to sort of follow that, right, in a way. Like, that's what's really interesting. Your mind has become coming up a lot, and stuff like that, asking those reflective questions. Okay, what do I want right now in the period of my life? you know Different stuff like that, but asking these really reflective questions, especially like stuff like your core values, what do you value, and especially about your personal goals. What are a couple of goals that you want to achieve by this year, maybe even for the next couple of years as well? And then also ask yourself, what are your priorities? So my priorities, at least if I give you an example, are, at least in terms of my life, like, everything outside of this is basically meaningless to me. It's God, which is my faith and Christianity, family, business slash work, and fitness. I think I'm not gonna put stuff like friends in there, or world peace. I don't, well, world peace would be nice, but like, it's not really my priority or stuff like that. This is essentially like, of course, if any one of these is, fitness also includes like my health and stuff like that. So if my health is great, peak, right? I feel like this is just like, this makes me happy, right? Because if I have bad health, I'm probably not gonna be happy. If my family life isn't going well, I'm not gonna be happy. If I don't feel spiritually connected to God and my faith, I'm definitely not gonna be happy. And especially if I don't feel purposeful in my business and work, I'm definitely not gonna be happy. So once you set those priorities up, like I sort of had, it's time to decide what season you're on. Which one of those things you really want to own in on. So, for example, they might be, for you, maybe you really want to get close to your family, and your relationship, and you just being like, okay, sure, like, I'm gonna put so much of my time into this, and that's gonna become your season. Everything revolves around that, and making like a really secure relationship, a secure, loving relationship. And for me, what it's been is just, as I've told you guys before, it's been my business and work, right, which has been YouTube, and I've been putting so much more thought into this, and I've basically entered the season of this, right? This could be for fitness as well. This could be for your spiritual life with God and everything, going on like a pilgrimage and stuff like that. Is when you just shut out everything else, you reduce all and you eliminate all your other distractions, and you just focus in on this one thing, and you want to grow this exponentially, right? So all those thoughts that you're getting about, I don't know, just making coffee and stuff, none of it matters. None of it matters except this one thing. Well, of course, it's hard to get that perfect, but that's essentially what we're trying to go, right? Try to go as far as you can. And what you basically do is you go put all your attention into this one thing, and then for the rest of the things you maintain. So, how Alex Mosey used to do this is that he would go all in on the business, everything else he would just maintain. So, especially for something like fitness and health, which is really important for dudes like us on self improvement, we really care about gains. What you need to take into account is that you're going to, what he did was that, Alex Mosley, he started working out only 2 times a week, because you just need to work out 2 times a week just to maintain the muscle. You're not trying to grow it, right? Just to maintain the muscle. Honestly though, I'm probably not going to do that. I won't lie, I won't do that, because I feel like I still need to level up like the physique, especially for the YouTube channel as well. I think it'd be great, but also just for my own personal like sort of ego type of stuff as well. I do want to keep leveling up my physique, but other than that, like everything else, I'm just sort of, especially, I mean, other than God as well, because I do read the man, I'm just going through a whole life story now. But you guys kind of get what the point I'm trying to say is that most of your effort and most of your thoughts are just going into one thing, right? So you can reap the most benefits just from that, right? And maintain the rest. So the biggest change in my life has definitely been through my thoughts, right? If I'm telling you guys like the benefits I've gained from this in just this few days, a lot of my thoughts has just been about YouTube, and I've finally been living the life of going to bed thinking about YouTube, waking up thinking about YouTube, or like work, let's say, like all your dreams or your goals, right? And eventually, what we try to make this thing, we have all these couple of different arrows. What we want to turn it into is essentially we want to make all those different arrows that you saw from mine. We just want to make it all about your purpose. I don't think you guys can see this clearly, but we just want all your energy to go directly to your purpose. And I actually feel like this is going to be, especially for the masculine, how they go derive their happiness from. So I hope you guys gain some value from this video. It's been absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing for me. So I hope you guys gain something from it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Keep improving.